All right, welcome back, guys, to my Demon Souls 100% guide. Today, we are not messing around. We're just going to get right into it. We are here in front of the third Archstone, and as promised, we are going to take on the challenge of 3-1 right from the get-go. Now, one thing that you're going to want to keep in mind, the Thief's Ring, I mean, I know I've had it equipped for the vast majority of this playthrough. The Thief's Ring in this area is invaluable. There is an enemy in this area that is quite prominent. And geez, that atmosphere, did you see that strike of lightning? That was pretty cool. Sorry, I got distracted. There's an enemy in this area called a Mind Flayer. And it's basically, you see him right over here. It's basically that giant octopus head guy. They are nasty. The Thief's Ring will allow you to sneak up behind them and get an edge on them in combat. Another strategy, which I could be employing now, but I'm not because I'm talking, is you can snipe them from afar. So these guys, if they're aware of you, they have incredibly powerful short-range attacks. They can fire soul arrows at you if they see you from far away. They also have an attack where they shoot this like ray of light at you, and it completely stuns you. You can't move anywhere, and then they run up, and then they basically grab you with their face and impale you with, something, and then it does an enormous amount of damage. So mind your space around them because it does get a bit dicey, and there are several of these enemies in this area. I'm actually going to just take this first one out with my bow. If I can hit him, that would be great. Let's see. He's like looking around like, what just happened? And I keep missing. There we go. So you see, Bo does pretty good damage to him. And he's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. But we killed him. Those guys actually drop a lot of spice items. And the spice items are basically you can think of them as your grass for your MP instead of your HP. Before we go any further, I'm actually going to cast Second Chance. Because as I said, Second Chance can really can save your bacon if you find yourself in a tough situation. So in this level, there's a bunch of jail cells. Some of them are locked right away, but as we go through this level, we're going to find a bunch of keys that are going to allow us to get into the jail cells. Here's where we started with the Archstone. That gate back there is locked, so we got to go this way for starters. And these, prisoners, whatever you want to call them, most of them are harmless. Some of them have weapons. I tend to just kill them. Just because if you don't kill them and you let them out of their cell, which we're going to open up all these cells eventually, they basically follow you around and then they get in your way and it's just annoying. So let's see, this one's locked as well. Some of these are going to be open right away, and you can see some of these have items in them. So we already killed the Mind Flayer that was patrolling around here. And here we have an item. Renowned Warrior Soul. So this is probably... This could be the most atmospheric level of the game. And there's one that opened for us. There's a cage that opened. I doubt there's anything in here, though. Some of them have loot, some of them don't. For those of you who are familiar with Bloodborne, this level actually reminds me a lot of the Research Hall. And, I mean, you can tell that this is a place where obviously good things did not happen. It appears, people were tortured here. Seems to be some form of, like, mental institute or something like that. And, of course, yeah... Not very good things happened in this place, and it just has this creepy, it's probably the creepiest area of the whole game. And it does have that kind of vibe that the Research Hall at Bloodborne and Bloodborne has. So I'd want to say that Bloodborne probably took some cues from this level when they designed the Research Hall, but very cool level, very atmospheric, and he has some fresh spice for us. So that's probably the best part about these guys is that they do drop the spice. And so by the time we're through with this level, we'll have quite a bit of spice. And of course, we have our Crescent Falchion equipped, which means we're going to be recovering MP as we go. So let us go to the end of this hallway, check out these doors, see if there's anything in them. I can't remember exactly which ones have loot. And so some of these guys, some of them are harmless, as I said. Some of them will attack you. So, it is kind of hit or miss. And, they drop Mercury Stone Shard. So Mercury Stone, I think this might be the first one that we got. Mercury Stone is prominent in the Tower of Latria. And Mercury Stone is the type of ore that you'd use to upgrade your weapon down a poison path. So if you use Mercury Stone to upgrade your weapon, your weapon will be imbued with a poisonous attack, which will inflict poison on your enemies. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So some more Mercury Stone Shard. So as we go through the level, we'll get chunks mercury stone and things like that as well. So the way forward is down here. Beware, there is going to be another mind flare. And as I said, surprise, the element of surprise is your best friend. And so, as I said, keep your thief ring handy, keep your second chance on. Second chance there. So here he comes. So I'm going to let him kind of walk by, and then I'm just going to walk up behind him and just nail him before he can do anything about it. With our +5 crescent falchion, we can take these guys out pretty much with a few hits. So no problem at all. Again, they have that beam that they're going to shoot at you that can stun lock you, and then they have their huge attack, like they'll grab you with their face, and then also they have this like kind of, it looks like a shockwave kind of attack. It's an AoE attack that does a huge amount of damage, and it's their attack for when you're up close. So if you give them a chance to attack you, they will attack you, and their attacks hit hard. And there's really, they're very hard to get away from if you're caught up in the middle of it. So let's see, some of these will open, but not all of them. We're about to get a set of keys though. That's going to help us. So there's another mind flare. He's walking away from us, so we can sneak up behind him and just get a backstab. So that's the best way to approach these guys. Is since we have the thief's ring on, they're not as aware of our presence, and so we can get some good backstabs. We're just gonna go ahead and get these guys out of the way. Those ones were probably going to be harmless, but again, we're going to open up all these cells, and here's the keys. So we got the 3rd floor key. This one's still locked. I think there's another set of keys. There we go. These guys have weapons, so we're going to want to kill them right away. And, you know, some of these guys will drop stuff. Some of them will drop the mercury stone. So we're just, you know, exploring all the stuff, getting all the loot, which there is plenty of it in here, so. And right here, we have a renowned warrior soul. So we cannot go past, you can see there's a hole in the floor. There's a couple spots where there's an unassuming hole in the floor. You know, you can just be running along and you'll fall in a hole and die. So watch your step. You don't want to fall prey to that, because then you're going to start kind of back at the beginning of the level, and, you know, nobody wants that to happen. And by the way, second chance, if you die to fall damage, if you die because you fell off into the void, second chance does not help you. Second chance only helps you if you die, like in combat, for example. So I just want to make sure that I open up all of these gates if I can. Some of them will open, some of them won't. All right, looks like I've already went down here. Okay. And we already got both of these. Okay. All these are already open. All right, these are still locked. Because we're about to get another key that is going to unlock these. All right, so nothing in here. Some Augite of Guidance. So that's what that first key that we got, it opens this gate here. And so, for example, if we were to die and restart, we won't have to go through that section that we just went through. We can just start and go straight through here. So this effectively functions as a shortcut. So now we're up on the 4th, or we're going up to the 4th floor. We started on the 3rd floor. And this, like, soupy stuff, I think it's what the mind flayers eat. So I always like to bust them open just to screw them up. It doesn't really do anything to them, but in my mind it does, and that's all I need. This guy, so see, he's just kind of a loose prisoner, and he'll just follow you around if you don't do anything about him. And eventually, if you don't kill them, unfortunately, you're gonna have like a bunch of them following you all at once, and it does get annoying. So, let's see. So in here, you're gonna see you have some of these Iron Maidens. So some of these Iron Maidens actually have goodies in them. Some of them have You can see you can open it. Some of them have like surprise attacks in it. So that one does not have a surprise attack. And the guys with, so we got a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So the ones that have surprise attacks in it, they have like a poisonous dagger and they'll inflict poison on you. So while I'm saying that, I'm going to go ahead and equip my, I think it's the Noble's Lotus. This is the one that counteracts poison. So this is just in case I get poisoned, which is very likely in those instances where you open up those Iron Maiden things and then someone will come out and stab you and poison you. It's kind of a surprise. So there's a bunch of guys in here. I'm just going to kill them all I can. I think some of them actually might have knives, and this is actually locked, so I can't do anything about it right now. And I think there's another key around here, and there might be another Mind Flare. Hello. Yeah, some of these are attacking me. See, he's got a knife. He's got a knife, but he can't attack me because I got invincibility frames because of my backstab. Get him. There we go. These guys are just kind of chilling there. Let's see if any of them drop something. Yep. Moonlight Stone Shard. And Fresh Spice. Not bad. All right. I know for a fact one of these has an enemy in it. Before we go through here, I just want to check this wall down here. Okay. All right, that one's safe. That one's safe. And we get the black leather set. So it's lighter, but not as powerful as what we have. So I'm just going to go ahead and send all this to storage. All right. So this one has a guy in it. In some cases, you can kind of like position yourself to the side when you open it, and the guy will, when he comes out, will miss you. I'm gonna see if I can pull that off before. Yeah. So I just got poisoned. Oh well. So we'll use our Lotus, get our health back, and see there's a Mind Flayer right there. And since we have our Thief Ring equipped, he's kind of not aware of our presence. So let's get him. Backstab. Did he drop something? No, he did not. And we get the 4th floor key. So that is what we need to proceed. And you'll see some of this has like, you know, a gap in the railing. That is bad. You will fall to your death if you fall down there. And speaking of holes in the floor, this is actually one that's survivable. It just takes you down to the previous floor. There are some holes in the floor that if you fall down, it is instant death. So I'm actually going to drop down because this takes us back to the 3rd floor where we started. I know that I missed a key because we're supposed to be able to open up these cells on the 3rd floor. And I think the key is a bit more blended in with the wall than I'm accustomed to. Because we should be able to open up all these cells here. So let me look for that key real quick because I'm confident that it's down here, and I know that we should be able to open up these cells before we proceed past the. There it is. I knew it. I knew it was here. So this will allow us to open up all these other all these other cells on the 3rd floor before we proceed, and as I knew that we should have been able to, because there is some loot in some of these cells, and I wanted to make sure that we get all that before we proceed. So here's where we started. So let's go and open up all these cells because we just got that key that'll allow us to do it. Hello? Anybody in here? Yes. So he's like, that's a non-hostile one. You see, he'll just follow us around unless we kill him, and he'll get in the way. So I know it's cold and ruthless, but I'm pretty sure it's what the developer intended. So I'll play along. All right, and here we have the wizard set, and we get a wooden catalyst. So we already have a wooden catalyst. So if you have been doing things in a different order than me, I got my wooden catalyst in 1-2, but this is the other spot where you can get a wooden catalyst for free. So I'm going to send the duplicate to storage. And then we have the wizard set, which is a bit... It's a bit lighter than what we're wearing, but also, you know, it's a bit less durable. So, and this is this set. I believe if you start off in the royalty class, this is the set that this is your starting armor, I believe. So yeah, let's see. There's some other stuff up here too, I believe. Before we carry on the 4th floor. Make sure we get everything in these cells. So these are all unlocked, and then I know that there's this pathway over here, which I believe some of them are locked, and this key that we have should open them. No, that's open. That's open. Just double checking, making sure we got everything. I should have picked up that key. I should have known to pick up that key. Okay, here we go. This one was not unlocked. I should have known to pick up that key from the get-go. It just slipped my mind. This guy's, I'm pretty sure there's not a way to get him down. Yeah. That's not an item, so don't worry about it. But I think one of those drops something, so let me pick it up. Widow's Lotus. All right. And in here. A silver coronet. Yes, this is one thing that we want. So I'm going to take off my leather cap and put this on. It's going to lower our defense slightly, but the silver coronet, let's look at this. A decorative piece bestowed only to magicians of the distinguished Yormidar school, enchanted by a special rite that increases the wearer's maximum MP. So I want that. Give me that. Putting it on increases our MP, so pretty cool. I got a nice little man bun there. Okay. Is there anything else up here? I think there's might be a couple extra closed cells that we have not yet gone through. I don't believe there's anything in here. Yeah, look at those, like, chairs. They do not look comfy. Okay. So I think that's it. Yep, because we picked up an item at that dead end, so we are in business. So I'm going to go back up to the 4th floor, and we're going to carry on. I knew that I definitely did not want to leave these this loot untouched. So, whoops, watch out for that gap. There's a lot of traps in this place. So again, you have to kind of mind your step. All right, so we go all the way back around here. And this will take us back up to the 4th floor where we were for just a minute. But while we were up on the 4th floor, we actually got the key for the 4th floor, so that will allow us to progress through the level. And you'll see with our Crescent Falchion, we've already regained all of our MP. So that is quite nice. And here's the gate. But beware, on the other side of this wall is going to be a Mind Flayer. So make sure that your positioning is good relative to his positioning. He's walking towards here, so I'm going to hide behind this wall. And he might come out here. If he does, it will be his last mistake. Oh. Hello. So again, if you have a +5 or even a +4 or +3 Falchion, you're probably going to be in good enough shape to be able to take these guys down if you're in stealth. before they can get an attack off. If you're using a weaker weapon, you're not going to be able to just hack them like that to get them to kill them, because they will use their attacks on you, and their attacks, as I have said before, are nasty. And look at that. That is the tower proper, and that's actually a little preview of the second area of this archstone. So that's a little that's I believe what we're going to see when we get to 3-2. So there we can open this gate here. There's going to be another Mind Flayer in here, so watch out. You see he's turning around and doesn't quite know that we're here. He's kind of looking for us. That's why the Thief's Ring is so important in this level, because these things, I can't emphasize enough how much of a pain they are if you fight them straight up and don't have the step on them that we get from having stealth. All right, so we can open this cell. Was there another cell over here? I just want to make sure I don't miss any of the doors. Okay, so this cell, this is an NPC merchant, and she looks gross.
You're still intact, aren't you? Where do you call home? Dear me, I shouldn't pry. Oh, perhaps you'd like something from my collection. I've known better days. I was once the wife of nobility, and I have some nice things to show for it.
Okay, so she's got some stuff. We can buy spice from her, lotuses from her, moonlight stone shards. She's got some weapons, the rapier, wooden catalyst, and some other stuff. She also sells the Ring of Avarice, and this is for 50,000 souls, and what it does is it increases the amount of souls that you get when you slay enemies. Do not fall for this, even if you do have the 50,000 souls, because you can get this ring for free in 3-2. So do not spring the $50,000 to get this ring. And then she sells some bright water. So none of this is really of interest to me, so anyway.
Well, that's quite all right. I wish to stay here.
So if you heard, like, and when we were on some of the other floors, if you heard, like, the female voice singing, that's her voice. She's the one who's singing. So let's carry on this hallway. See, watch that gap. You fall down, you dead. That is a bottomless pit. Renowned Hero's Soul. And if you fall down here, I do not think that's death, but I'm not going to tempt it either. So that's pretty much it for this hallway. Lots of dudes in here. Some of them might have knives, so beware. Yep, that guy's got a knife. That guy's got a knife. So satisfying when you swipe like 3 guys with a one shot at the same time. So I got some more of these dudes in the big bases. And no drops. Oh, hello. I didn't even see you. Top off our health. Because I do not have the heal spell equipped anymore, since Second Chance takes up both of our miracle slots. And while this level is quite large when you're going through it, the beauty of the way that it's laid out is that if you were to die, all you have to do is hang a right out of your cell that you started, and you'll go up to the 4th floor, then you kind of go through that gate that we unlocked on the 4th floor, and then you're already back here. So there's a lot of the level that we cut out just by unlocking these gates that we have the keys for. So it is actually somewhat fast to run through if you do end up dying. It's not the end of the world, and it doesn't take forever to get back to where you were. So here's a bunch of these Iron Maidens. One of these guys has a knife. I know at least one of them, and I'm pretty sure I remember which one. So he has the Ring of Magical Sharpness. I think that's a new one for us. So we already have the Ring of Magical Dullness. Now I have the Ring of Magical Sharpness. So this raises magical power, but lowers magic defense. So these two are opposites of each other. If you equip them both, they basically cancel each other out. So I think that is the one that has the knife guy inside of it. All right, let's do it. Why not? probably going to get poisoned, so I'm going to throw my lotuses on. See if I can get to the side. Yep. And he didn't even drop anything. Oh well. Okay. And this is where, if it hasn't been already, this is where the level starts to get quite confusing because there's many different paths to take. And as you can tell, the lighting is incredibly dark in this place. And so it is very easy to get turned around because, like, if you just run right past it and you don't turn, you will miss this stairwell down. And so I remember the first time I played this level, I was like running past here and I didn't like see, oh, you can go down here. And I backtracked through the whole level, like trying to figure out where the heck to go, and I couldn't figure it out, and that was why. So we get some aged spice from him. So this is actually the other side of the third floor that we weren't able to get to before. So there's some more loot in here. Not in this particular cell, but perhaps in other cells. And so we can hear that lady singing. So this, okay, one thing I want to point out, this hole here is death. Do not drop down this hole. So you're on, you're on the third, or you're on the fourth floor, and you loop back down here to the third floor, and you see this guy, who we're going to get to in just a second. You go to this hallway, you will, if you're not paying attention, you will fall down here, and you will die. Just wanted to point that out. Ask me how I know that. So this is Sage Freke. He's an important NPC. It's the gate's locked, of course. Let's talk to him.
Human, are you? I am Freke. I have been trapped here for an age. Perhaps you could help me out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, but take heed of those tentacle-headed guards.
Okay. So as I said, that is Sage Freke. We are going to rescue him before we get out of here. He actually, once we do rescue him, he's going to appear in our Nexus, and he's going to be able to teach us some high-tier spells, some of which utilize our boss souls. So we are going to rescue Sage Freke, and he is an important character, especially if you're going for all trophies, etc. You're going to need to free him in order to get all of those spells that he has for sale, and he's the only one who sells them. Okay, so we can go through here. There's nothing back here. So these gates are going to be locked. We're going to go here later. And don't miss the key right here. It's important. It's the first floor key. And then this gate actually uses the same key as the gate that we just went to over there that was also locked. So the way forward for us is down. So you can see how easy it is to get confused and turned around in this level. All right, so through the fog gate. So the proper way forward is actually down this staircase. That's the way to progress the level. We're going to go through here first. There is a mind flayer in this hallway, so be careful. He's far enough away, I think I can snipe him with my bow, and we'll be able to get him. So you see he's firing a soul arrow at us. Their soul arrows are no joke. They will do quite a bit of damage. But if you can kill them with range, that is always to your advantage. So we just got a heavy crossbow. I don't really use crossbows because they're tough to aim and kind of clunky to use. But if you're good at using a crossbow, I mean, they do a whole heck of a lot of damage. But I'm just not a fan of them. I prefer just using a regular bow. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my leather cap to storage since I'm using the silver coronet, whatever it's called. And then we got the bolt, the heavy crossbow, so I'm gonna send that away as well. And we can get rid of the Makoto because we've done what we need to do with that. So nothing in here. In general, when you go in these cells, it's a good idea just to throw your shield up for good measure. This is locked. And this Mind Flayer drops some aged spice, which is the good spice. That's the spice that recovers most of your MP. All right, so in here we have another NPC.
Well, you are a sane one, are you not? My name is Rydell. Please, liberate me from this jail. I have precious little time. I must retrieve an article from my corpse.
So as he said, his name is Rydell. We cannot rescue him yet. The key to his cell is actually in 3-2, and the key to his cell can only be obtained in 3-2 with pure White World tendency. So we're not going to be able to get him anytime soon. We're going to have to come back for him after we beat 3-2. And then you'll see that there's this huge pile of rubble that's blocking our way. And this rubble actually disappears with pure White World tendency. So there's a lot of White World tendency contingent type events in this level. One being rescuing him from his cell after we get the key in 3-2 with White World tendency. This pile of rubble disappears with White World tendency. So, you know, we're gonna be coming back here later once we do get the White World tendency in this level. So other than that, that's a dead end. I just wanted to show you Rydell and show you that, you know, that World tendency event that we're going to be coming back to. So as I said before, the way forward is down. We're going to go down to the first floor, all the way down. And so since we got the first floor key, we can open up this gate. And before you proceed, equip your bow. You see that big honking thing right in front of us? That is a soul mass. It's hard to see because of the lighting, but if you shoot it, it is an enemy, and eventually he'll see us and will fire soul arrows at us, with which you want to dodge. You can't really go up close to him and attack him either, because if you try to attack him up close, he has like this big flailing attack where he flails in basically all directions, and you can't get close enough to even hit him without getting hit. So this is a matter of just shooting arrows at him, waiting for him to fire a soul arrow, and then taking cover once he does until he's dead. And we almost got him. Very grotesque looking figure. Didn't even drop anything. Some aged spice. So there's a crystal lizard over here. So again, let me see, where is he? There he is. So again, having the thief ring is going to help us here. I'm going to try to get the angle on him from over here. If you spook him, he is going to run straight down that hallway, and if you try to chase after him, he's going to fall down a hole, which if you follow him down there, it will be a death for you. So be very careful with that. I might be tempting fate here. Gosh, I just want to make sure that it's risky trying to shoot him through that railing there. So I'm going to try to just sneak, and hopefully he doesn't notice me so I can get a straight shot on him. Sweet. Okay, awesome. This is what I wanted. All right. Hopefully we don't screw this up. All right, sweet. We got the stun, but then I missed my second shot. No. Oh, sweet. Whew. That was close. Okay. So I'm going to get his loot, and then I'm actually going to backtrack to the beginning of the first floor that I kind of skipped over. There is some stuff. So he drops Moonlight Stone chunks and shards. So Moonlight Stone, I believe, is the stone that takes your weapons down the blessed path. So you know how we have the blessed mace? We got the blessed mace in 5-1. So I believe the Moonlight Stone shard, if I'm not mistaken, is what you would use to upgrade your blessed mace if you have that. So there's going to be a bunch of cells down this hallway. And these ones are like solitary confinement cells, so quite creepy. Okay. Most of them are empty, but I'm just opening them all for just in case. So you can hear Rydell up there kind of screaming for us. We'll help you. It'll just be a while. So we got some bright water. That's the MP regen item. That is new to the remake. Okay. So down here, we get these silver bracelets. And that's going to send us over our capacity. Let's see here. Let's see here. We can dump this. I'm not going to use this anytime soon. I'm not going to use this. Not going to use this. Or this. Or this. I might use the kunais at some point. I'm gonna drop all of our stones. So the silver bracelets. Claim additional souls. But you see it can only be worn by type A type bodies. So we have a B type body, so we can't equip these even because you know, if you remember during the character creation, you could select a type A or a type B. Type A basically corresponds to female. Type B more or less corresponds to male. So this is more or less a female only type equipment. So let's go ahead and throw this to storage, and hopefully we can pick this up now. There we go. So we get the kite shield and the fluted set. So let's check those out. Let's see. So these are, you know, of course, a bit. I'm definitely not gonna wear the helmet. So if you start as the knight class, I believe this is going to be your starting armor set. So the fluted armor. You know, you can tell that the defense is very high on these. To the extent that I might be able to equip some of this and not be overburdened, I might give it a try. We'll see. So let's look at the gloves. So this takes us higher, but not above 50%. 50% is the threshold for slow rolling. For leggings, that doesn't take me too high. Then the armor. Let's throw the armor on. And we're still fast rolling, so I like it. So anything else though is going to overburden us. So I'm going to throw. Yeah, this is going to put us to 57. So I'm going to throw the. No, I didn't want to equip them. Dang, I need to go to the. See, I'll show you what. I haven't even demonstrated the slow roll. This is the slow roll, and you can see why I don't like it because it's much harder to evade attacks with that. So I'm going to go here to my screen. And I'm going to throw this into storage, throw this into storage, and this into storage. So yeah, the only downside is that if we did equip our Claymore, we will be slow rolling because the Claymore weighs more than the Falchion. But we'll probably be able to upgrade our endurance between now and when we use our Claymore again. So we should be good by the next time we use our Claymore to be able to fast roll. Unknown Warrior Soul. I'm going to put some points into endurance. As well as health. We're doing plenty of damage right now, so I don't really need to focus on damage output at this point with leveling up. Okay, so now we're going to go to the other side. And you see there's a bunch of guys in the pots here. So this is right next to... oh, nice, a Noble's Lotus. This is right next to where we fought that Soul Mass. The Soul Mass was like right around here that we killed. We killed it with arrows. So yeah, we're back to where we got the Crystal Lizard. So there's some cells down this side as well. Nothing in here, it appears. Also nothing in here. All right, some soul items. All right. So as I said, this is the other side of where we fought that crystal lizard. So there's the hole that you do not want to fall down. And if you chase that crystal lizard is going to fall down this hole, and it will lead to your death. So I think we're about to see a cutscene here. No? Oh, yeah, it's the other door that we go through. There are some items. Need to get this. Why won't it let me pick it up? There we go. So we got the S-Dock. Let's check it out. It's a shorter, kind of stabby sword. And you can turtle stab with this. So you can like have your shield up and then use this to stab without ever lowering your shield. So that's kind of the benefit to this particular weapon, but I'm not going to be using it. So this is actually a pretty tricky area. There's some sort of cleverly hidden items around here. Yeah, one of them being right there. So Moonlight Stone Shard. Anything else over here? Nope. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else we can go down here. We will get back to that item over here, though. There's a way, I'm pretty sure, that's like further down that lets you get over here, so we'll have to circle around. Okay, so now we're going to go down this other hall where that crystal lizard was, and that's the last hallway of cells on the first floor before we proceed with the area. So, over here, there is another locked gate that leads to somewhere that you would think could be important. So up here, there it is. So there's this gate. It is locked. It will not be unlocked until Pure White World Tendency and when you rescue Rydell. So once you rescue him in Pure White World Tendency, you can come back and that gate will be unlocked. All right, let's go down in these cells. There is some loot. Just make sure you don't fall in the hole at the end. I have done it before, and I hope to not do it again. All right, where is that hole? I just want to make sure that I don't fall in it. The lighting is so tough to deal with because it is so dark in here. Yep, there's the hole. Don't fall down. Okay, sweet. So we got everything over here. So the way forward is here. And here's the cutscene. All right. So you can actually go down here on these ledges. I think actually this is the way back up from another spot, so we're going to actually come back around here in just a bit. Just be careful not to fall down. Okay, so that thing that we just saw, just making sure if there's anything over here. So that's the big pile of rubble. We were on the other side of that pile of rubble just a minute ago. And I remember how we saw that item down there. I'm like, how do we get over there? And yeah, that's how you do it. Oops, you can run down here. Just make sure you don't fall off the edge. very careful. I always like to drop down diagonally instead of just straight off because it's easier to control like how you slide off. Because if you go straight off, you might overshoot it and fall all the way down, and then you'd be really screwed. So we just got the Mercury Rapier. So of course this is going to do poison. You see the additional effects. It has 120 poison attack because it's already been partially updated by Mercury Stone. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to Stockpile Thomas. And in the original game, when you didn't have the option to just send stuff to storage right away, not being overburdened at this part of the level was very difficult. Like I think I had to like equip the ring of her Herculean strength, and even then when I had that to increase my burden, I still ended up being overburdened and like had to make 2 trips to get all this stuff down here. So okay, so that thing that just opened up, you see it's firing crossbow arrows at us, and as you can imagine, you don't want to get hit by these. One of the trophies in this game, actually, though, is if you can get all the way to the end without dying, you get a trophy. So I'm not going to attempt that right now because if I die, I'd have to start all the way over at the level, and I don't think anybody wants to watch me suffer through learning how to do this. One thing I am going to do, though, is after this walkthrough is completed, as I said with some of those kind of boss challenges that you get trophies for killing bosses in a certain way, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do this trophy as well. And so that way, you know, you guys can at least see how to get all these trophies, even though I'm not going to do it right now. So one thing that we do need is wait for the 2 volleys of arrows to pass by. And the way that you would do it is you would roll into it. You just have to time your rolls correctly and get the rhythm down, and you know, if you mess up, you die. So that's just kind of how it works. So what we do need is this, the Prison of Hope Warden's Key. That's what we're after. All those items down there, we're not going to be able to get till later, but there is something that we want to do after you see that. It's much easier to roll across. You can roll across without much problem. And if you look down here, there's an item. So let's drop down so carefully, so very carefully. Let me get a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, and then we can climb up here and make our way around. As I said before, I was like, yeah, you know, that one spot that we were at, I was like, yeah, I think you climb up from there. This is what I was talking about, is from getting this item. So there we go. So now that we got that Warden Key, that is going to allow us to progress through the level here. So we've done everything we can do right now on the first floor. So we got to go back upstairs. Okay. Just trying to make sure. I'm looking at my notes here, just trying to make sure that I've got everything that I need to have at this point in time. And I think we're good. Okay. It's kind of funny because in the previous walkthroughs I've done, I would be checking my notes during load times, but since this game doesn't have load times, I always forget to check my notes and see where we're at. Okay, so yes, we want to go back up. And the Warden Key that we got is going to unlock these gates. So you can go down either side. I'm just going to go ahead and open up both gates just for the sake of having everything open. And there, at the end of this hall, is going to be a Mind Flayer. So just watch out for that. So this is a straight hallway. And at the end, there's going to be kind of a left-hand turn, and that's going to be where the Mind Flayer is. So we got another soul item. There he is. I'm going to try to stay out of sight. Oh, he's coming this way. Dang it. All right, I'm going to run back because this is going to be... So that's his attack, where if that thing that he just shot out had hit us, that would be what stuns us, and then he would run up and grab us, and it's nasty. Can I get him? He's going away, which is good for me because then I can just sneak up behind him. There's actually 2 of them, though, so just be aware of that. So he's gone back here. Now I can get him. And there's going to be another one as well. There he is. So wait for an opportunity. Is he going to go back down? Hopefully, because then I can backstab him. There he goes. Oh, hello. Oh, geez. He almost did his... he was kind of charging up to do his like big shockwave attack, so I just got him in just enough time to not get hit by that. If you're in pure Black World tendency, there's actually going to be a Phantom Mind Flayer here in addition to the other two. And the Phantom, I mean, the Phantom of any type of enemies are going to be way harder than just the regular versions of any enemy. As you'll see when we fight some of the Phantom NPCs, those things are so hard to beat. So let's see over here. We got a hero soul, and then now we're kind of back to that hallway where we started from. So let's just turn around, go back down. And the way forward is right through these gates. Voila. Just gonna kind of do a quick sweep on these stairs to make sure I don't miss any items. Yep, we're good. And then also in pure Black World tendency, there's gonna be a Phantom Mind Flayer right there on that little alleyway. So yeah, pure Black World tendency is bad. There's definitely a reason why we're playing all this in soul form. It may seem harder at first, like why are you playing in soul form? You have less HP, but if you keep dying in human form and get yourself into pure Black World tendency, you are in for a world of hurt. So, so this little tower, this is a fog gate to progress forward. One thing you want to do is you can actually climb all the way to the top. It's actually a pretty big climb, and once we get to the top, we can go down this here deal to the cathedral. And so eventually we're going to be down there, going through the main entrance to this cathedral. But on the second floor, there's a couple items that we can get. So we're going to do this first before we go down. Because on the lower floor, once you go through those doors, that triggers the boss fight for this area. So we should have enough time to beat the boss in this episode. Hopefully we'll get through this whole level and beat the boss. So all the way down here, we have the silver catalyst, and then we have a new armor set. Let's check both of these out. The armor set. So let's see, very light stuff. Not very very strong, but we'll send it all to storage because we can. And we have the silver catalyst. So the silver catalyst is slightly stronger. You'll see that it scales with an E in strength as well as a C in magic. And then the main benefit of the silver catalyst is that when you have it equipped, it increases your MP. So the headgear that we have right now increases our MP. If we throw on the silver catalyst, that's going to further increase our MP. So you can see, if we throw our silver catalyst on, our MP is going to be even higher, which is going to be quite nice. Watch this. I'm going to throw it on, and you'll see our MP just increased. So that's one of the good things about the silver catalyst. Gives you just a little bit of a boost. So I'm still going to put my bow back on, and then with that, I'm going to throw my wooden catalyst into storage because I'm going to use the silver catalyst from now on. Okay. So now we go all the way. You have to go all the way back down this hall, all the way down those stairs. But man, this is just gorgeous. It's a nice view, at least, while we're traversing this area. So we got to go all the way down here. And then on the very bottom, there is that fog gate. So we're going to go through the fog gate. All right. So now we're behind that big thing that's shooting the arrows at us, and there just happens to be a switch. You can pull the lever, And it is now turned off. So we're safe from it now. Now doing it this way does not get you a trophy, but it does get you all the loot, so still a win. Storied warrior soul. Clever rat's ring. Renowned warrior soul. Another renowned warrior soul. And a stone of ephemeral eyes. So now this thing is basically permanently shut off, so you know we can always access it this way if we want to from the first floor. So let's take a look at that ring we just got. Clever rat's ring. Attack power rises when HP is at 30% or lower. So it's basically if you're in danger, it'll give you a little bit of a boost to your attack power. So now we can go all the way up here. I don't think I don't think you can open this. So now we're gonna go all the way up here. We're basically gonna go down the other side to the upper floor of the cathedral for some very important stuff. We're gonna go all the way down here. That's just cool. The details are pretty phenomenal. Like the stained glass. Oof. That just looks good. All right. So we're going to go all the way down to the end of this hallway. And they have this weird looking dude.
What do you want? I am but a humble servant. I do not wish to interfere. I won't cause you trouble. I won't.
All right. Do you think we should kill this guy? I don't know. I guess we'll let him live. This is the Prison of Hope special key. This is the key that allows us to free Sage Freke. So, just kidding. We're definitely killing this guy. Actually, it is not optional to kill him. You have to kill him because if you let him live, we fight the boss down there in this cathedral. This is where the boss fight takes place. If you do not kill him, he will resurrect the boss an infinite number of times. And so the trick to this boss fight is actually if you have to come up here and kill this guy, otherwise the boss is just going to resurrect indefinitely and you're never going to win the fight. So as long as you kill him, when you kill the boss is dead. So you have to kill him, otherwise you will never beat the boss. So it's just a little, it's kind of like a puzzle that this game throws at you that you have to solve if you want to move forward and kill the boss in this level. So you do have to dispose of him. So we can actually drop down right here, get this item very carefully. Very carefully. Woof, just made it. And we get a Widow's Lotus. Now, when we drop down here, we're actually going to encounter a red phantom enemy. Or a black, I think it's technically called a black phantom, even though they appear red. She has a weapon that will cause curse, so definitely just have your shield up. And she also, I believe, is wearing a thief's ring, so she, is invisible now, but once we drop down, she'll show up because we'll be closer to her. So let's go ahead and fight her. I'm going to throw on my half moon grass just for better healing in case I need it. And there she is. So she's going to try to shoot us. Oh, she is going to shoot us with her crossbow. And her crossbow hits pretty hard. So let's heal up, shield up. And then once we get close to her, she's going to switch to melee. But she's not... Oh, hello. Not much of a match for our Crescent Falchion, fortunately for us. And we got bleed on her. And her attacks are her melee attacks are very short range. And, whoops. There we go, got her. Okay. Oops, dang it, I did not mean to use a Lotus. I'm actually going to take the Lotuses off now because I don't need them anymore. So we get a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes and 3 Moonlight Stone chunks. Okay. So she's not that bad. Alrighty. So this be the boss Fog Gate, and we are about to fight the Fool's Idol. This is a bit of a tricky boss fight, and you'll see why. I mean, it's not particularly hard as long as you are careful, and we do have our second chance spell equipped, and should we need to use the second chance spell to revive, we have enough magic to cast it again. So the thing about second chance is you can, if you do have to, use it to revive, you can cast it over and over again as long as you have enough MP to do it. So this boss fight's kind of hard to explain up front. It's easier to do it while it's going on. So let's do it. Okay, so this is the Fool's Idol. She's not going to attack you right away, and there's all of these dudes in here. I take care of them because I don't want them to get in the way of my fighting. So I'm gonna take this guy out with the bow. Take this guy out with the bow. Once you get close enough to her, she will, the fight kind of will engage. So perhaps her deadliest attack is she has a thing not too dissimilar from the Mind Flayers where she can basically stun you and keep you from moving, and that allows her to do basically her most powerful attack on you, which shouldn't one-shot us, but it'll be close to a one-shot if you get stuck in it. So the best thing to do is to kind of use these pillars as cover, and then eventually she's going to summon a bunch of minions that pop up that actually you can hurt them, but it doesn't do damage to the boss. And the thing with the minions is they'll shoot their soul arrows at you, and you still got to figure out which one is the actual boss, and then kill the boss. So that's her. Those green things on the floor, if you just step on them, it stuns you. The only reason why I stepped on it was just to demonstrate what the stun looks like, because I knew this pillar was between me and her and that she wouldn't even be able to shoot me because we have this pillar in the way. I just wanted to show you what that stun looks like if you step on one of those things that she throws up on the ground. One thing I want to say before I actually go in and start attacking her is this is another one of those boss fights where you get a trophy for approaching the fight a certain way. So the way that you get the trophy is, I mentioned that after you start attacking her, she's going to disappear, and then when she reappears, she's going to have a bunch of fake versions of her that look pretty much exactly like her around her, but they're fake. And then you have to discern which one's the real one, and only if you hit the real one will you do damage to the boss. So the way that you get this trophy is you cannot hit or damage any of the fake ones. The way that you get this trophy is if you only deal damage to the real boss. So you just have to kind of go the extra mile to decipher which one's the real one and make sure that you focus every single one of your attacks on the real one, because as soon as you attack a fake one, then you're not going to get the trophy. So, all right, let's do this. So she's going to disappear eventually, but we did quite a bit of damage to her, almost half her health. So she's going to reappear, and you see all of the fake ones. And dang it, they will hit you with their soul arrows. So watch yourself. Going to top up my health here. And so, as I said, you can use these pillars as cover. If you want to get the trophy, the way that you determine which one's the real one is the one that one's the real one because she fired the larger projectile. The ones that are fake fire the smaller looking projectiles. So if you want to determine the real one, you have to go for the one that fires the big projectile. So I know that she's the real one, so I'm going to go ahead and go for her. And I may or may not get the trophy. I'm not going to try to get it, but if I do get it, I won't be mad. Actually, well, just for the sake of this being a walkthrough and knowing that some of you guys are going to be going by more traditional strats, if you do hit a fake one, it'll cause the fake one to disappear. So I want to make sure that I'm actually going to make sure that I hit a fake one just to show you how that works. So I think, is that the real one or? Ooh, geez. Yeah, that's the real one. So I'm gonna hit a fake one just to kind of show you. You can hit him with range or be up close. So you'll see they have their own life bar. Oh, geez. And they have their own life bar. It's not. Oh gosh. Heal up. Actually, I think that's the real one. And once you hit a fake one, they'll disappear. So there we go. We got the boss. So if you hit a fake one, they will disappear. And so if you're trying to determine which one's which, you know, you can hit the fake ones and then they'll disappear, and then it'll actually give you more of a path to hitting the real one without taking the fire of all of those extra soul arrows that we just witnessed. So that is the Fool's Idol. And so since we killed the guy up there, we actually win the fight. Had we not killed him, this fight would not be over. The boss would not be dead. The boss would actually just revive, and you'd be like, "What the heck?" And then you'd fight it again. And if you keep fighting it before killing that guy up there, then it's never going to be over. Okay. So there is some loot in this cathedral here that we're going to pick up before we move on. And the game does give you kind of hints. So, yeah, see, back to square one again. This is never ending. Like, it kind of gives you an indication, like, that there might be something else to this fight than you're kind of catching on to at first. See, it says up above, you know. So, I remember the first time that I fought this, I had not killed that guy. I thought about it because I'm like, he just looks creepy, so I almost killed him, but I didn't. And then, you know, I hear the voice reviving the idol. So, like, you know, when the fight wasn't over and I kind of heard him chanting, I'm like, oh, that guy has something to do with it. So that's kind of, the game does give you sort of a hint on what to do about it, but it's best just to take care of it before entering into the fight in the first place. So I think that's about it with this room. I think we got all the loot. So let us proceed. There's actually going to be an item behind the altar. If you touch the altar, that's what triggers going to the next spot. So let's get this item here before we touch the altar. Get the baby's nail, which is I believe it causes curse. Yeah, 120 of curse. This dagger laced with plague. This dagger laced with plague is curved like a talon, often wielded by women and children in assassinations. Even among specialized weapons, this is a particularly dreadful choice. All right, so touch the altar, and then this triggers the cutscene to move on. Okay, so here we are, kind of at the top of this cathedral, and the archstone is at the top of this staircase. So here we are. We get the doll demon soul as a reward. Now we're in Upper Latria. So this is 3-2. And as I showed before, we kind of looked up at this area from below, and look at that moon. Oof, this is gorgeous. Okay, so we're actually going to take care of this level a bit later in the game, just because it is challenging. The boss especially is pretty challenging. So let's warp out of here. Go back to the Nexus. All right, so here we are, back in the Nexus, right next to Patches here. Oh. We did not rescue Sage Freke. So we're going to do that real quick. All righty. So as I said, you know, now that we've kind of unlocked this level, we can just go straight through here. We don't have to worry about those mind flayers over there. We can just go straight through here. It's not that long of a... It's actually probably quicker to do it this way than it is to backtrack through the whole level to get to him and then go all the way back to the cathedral. So this is actually probably the quicker way to get to Sage Freke. Oh, come on. All right. So then we have this door over here on the 4th floor that has a mind flayer on the other side of it. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, geez, that was close. Whoop, whoop. Oh, get away, get away. He's going to do his... That's his big, like, shockwave attack. And then that's his stun attack. All right. And then, of course, there's another mind flayer in here. Where is he? Oh, he's walking down that way, which is the same way that we need to go. So I'm actually going to run up to him. You see there's one on the other side there too, but we don't really need to worry about him. He's out of our way. All right, so Sage Freke is on the 3rd floor, I believe. So he is going to be over here. Right here. So we have that special key that we got. And here is Sage Freke.
Magnificent. I never expected I might escape alive. My name is Freke. I am known as a sage. I thought to claim a demon's soul or two for the sake of my magic. But just look at me now. I have been enfeebled by my long imprisonment. But I can still move my legs, and I can make it back to the Nexus. I thank the stars that my confinement lasts no longer. I owe you my life.
Okay, and we get Jerry's stiletto, and we also get a trophy for rescuing Sage Freke.
I have been enfeebled, but
So he's not going to move, but once we warp back to the Nexus, he'll be in the Nexus as well. And I believe we picked up, when we picked up the fluted armor, I believe we picked up a kite shield as well. I want to check that out. I'm going to send this to storage, send this to storage. And here's the kite shield. So it also does 100% damage, gives a little bit higher guard break, but takes 1 more strength to use. I mean, there's really not a huge advantage one or the other. This weighs a half a pound more, so I'm just going to go ahead and send the kite shield to storage as well. And we're going to run back to the Archstone and warp back to the Nexus. Oops. Nope, not this way. All right, guys, that is 3-1. Which one has the Archstone in it? Is it this one? No. There it is. As I said, we're going to be returning here later when we have Pure White World Tendency. There's a few things we have to take care of, but that's a ways off. So for now, let's go back to the Nexus. And before we level up or do anything like that, let's go pay Sage Freke a visit. He stands over here next to his little companion.
I have a proposal for you. Could you bring your demon souls to me? As I determine more about the essence of the soul, I can teach you new magic. A demon's soul is no mere amalgamation of lesser souls. You have your wits about you. Surely you understand.
Okay, so from him we can learn magic. It's flame toss. It's just a fire-based weapon, ranged weapon. Enchant weapon. This actually imbues your weapon with a magic attack. It's kind of like using the sticky white slime, but it's a spell instead of using a consumable item. Let's see. There's a few things that are worth getting here. So the soul ray, we actually get this from killing the fool's idol that we just killed. And this is actually what I would call a souped up soul arrow. So I'm gonna get the soul ray by consuming the doll demon's soul. And then also what we want is water veil, because the next area that we're going to is going to be 2-2. And water veil is going to help us in that area, since it is a very fire-based area, and water veil raises your fire resistance. And then also from the Iron Demon Soul, the Tower Knight, we also get the warding spell. If I had 3 slots to equip, I would definitely equip warding, Soul Ray, and then that water spell. But of course, we only have 2, so I'm gonna have to pick. So I'm gonna unequip our soul arrows, and I'm gonna throw on soul rays. Now, soul rays do cost more MP, but they are way more powerful. And then, so warding actually costs 2 slots as it is, so we're not gonna be able to throw that on. I'm actually gonna want to eventually get 3 memory slots so that I can have my soul ray and warding at the same time, because warding is actually very powerful. If you're just getting crushed by something, warding is a huge defensive buff, so it can come in handy and get you out of a pinch. Now the thing is,
Bring me more, demon. I patiently await you.
so we have our soul ray and our water veil and our second chance. So the thing about the buffing spells is, so, you know, if I'm going to say buffs, that would include second chance, which we have, and also the warding spell. You cannot stack them. You have to choose one or the other. So if you have second chance equipped, you cannot also have warding on at the same time to increase your defense. So you just have to pick kind of situationally which one is going to be the most beneficial to you. So let us visit the maiden. Where is she? It's always hard to tell where she's at. There she is.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the deep.
As I said, we're doing good on damage output, so I'm not really inclined to increase strength, dex, or even magic. Endurance is enticing. Intelligence is also enticing, because intelligence is what's going to get us that 3rd slot so that we can equip our soul arrows and the warding spell. I'm going to go in and throw it into endurance, just because endurance tends to be so helpful with just being able to chain attacks. So let's throw it into endurance. And that gets us to level 52. So we're doing pretty good right now for levels. Let's see. The next level requires 16,000.
May thy strength.
We have a ton of soul items in our inventory. I mean, a ton. The thing is we're doing so good on levels right now that I'm not inclined to just burn all these just to level up a couple more times. So, you know, there might be another opportunity later on in the game that we might want some more of this stuff for. So I'm going to go in and hang on to them for now. And of course, we killed a boss. We're back in the Nexus. So we need to jump off a very high ledge. Get back in soul form. And let's get our souls back. There we go. And when we were picking up the loot in the Fool's Idol boss room, it reminded me that we never got the loot in the old Heroes boss room. So I'm going to warp here real quick just to get the loot in the boss room. Just a little bit of mop-up duty here, because I know there's some items in here that we did not get. Holy arrows. I want to say there's a couple other things in here too. Maybe. Yeah, there's something right here. Full moon grass. So, I mean, nothing earth-shattering, but definitely didn't want to just neglect picking everything up in here that I knew that we could get. So that does it in here. Just a quick little trip. So, brings us back to the Nexus. And where we're going to go next is 2-2. So, this episode has already gone on pretty long here. I just wanted to make sure that we got all the way through 3-1 and killed the boss and did everything that we need to do. Might as well knock all of that out in one episode if we can. So, we'll go on and call it here. And as I said, we're going to do 2-2 in the next episode, and we're going to. It's a pretty big level, and the boss is pretty tough as well. So that's the reason why I put this one off for as long as I did, just because the boss is kind of viewed as one of the more difficult bosses in the game. But he will be no match for us. So look forward to tackling that area with you guys next time. Please join the squad by subscribing to the channel, and also leave a like and a comment. Really appreciate you guys watching this video. Really appreciate all of your support so far. It really means a whole heck of a lot to me. So I'm really grateful for you guys, all you guys who are watching this. So anyways, take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.